For those of you just now tuning in, my name's CarmelOP. Welcome back to Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I mean, we're at the last cutscenes of the game at this point.
Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them. They're gonna shoot us down. We were so close.
Weapon systems on. Locked on target. I got tone.
You were great, Eva.
Huh?
Thanks.
Oak 19, this is Control. Stand by for a direct order from the chairman. Oak 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base immediately. Oak 19, do you copy?
Understood. Aborting mission. RTB.
Look! The MiGs are turning back! Woo!
I could have sworn they had a scene where they had sex, because I think she was supposed to steal something from him. I could swear.
Well done, Snake.
The MiGs disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Is this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
To meet me?
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley. Don't keep them waiting.
I feel like I've watched more cutscene than I have played the game. I'm not even kidding. Yes, save the game. Yeah, here's where it is. I think she steals something from him.
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it an order? Or is it an invitation? Or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now. Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge.
Oh yeah, she steals the philosopher's stuff, I think.
Forgive me, snake.
I think at this point, like, she has his DNA. I think, like, that's because I think she was the mother of Solid, Liquid, and Solidus. I think I could be wrong.
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well. First of all, I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
Oh shit.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry. The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The 2 NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgan, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgan couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you. can't do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live. Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States. No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss. You are a true patriot.
He can't drop the salute until you salute back, motherfucker.
In the army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgan inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgan's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgan fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive, and she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. That's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
Khrushchev is ousted from power. Brezhnev becomes first secretary. Okay, yeah. So it's going to give us a quick, I guess, history lesson. Oh my god. Oh, what is it? Fucking a total of what? 13, 14 hours of maybe game? I don't know. Major Zero disbands Fox in 70. U.S. branch of Philosophers changes its name to the Patriots. Carrying on the traditions of Major Zero and his Fox unit, Big Boss establishes Foxhound. Oh my god. The Les Enfants Terribles project is developed. That is... The sons of Big Boss are born. Okay, so... Okay. Oh my god. So much cutscene. I just wish there was more game to it. David Hayter. Oh, I guess this is for both English and Japanese. Let's see here. I know the name Josh Keaton. I just can't place him in any movies or anything like that. Grant Albrecht. He was in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Let's see here. President. Oh, this President Johnson. Okay. Oh my god. Kind of just looking at these names and see if I can spot anybody. And also, I don't want anything to pick up the VOD. I kind of don't want to watch this cutscene. Oh, do I have? Oh, okay, I can skip it. Okay.
Yes, Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed.
Okay. I don't know who you just got done talking to, but we'll see if we can put the pieces together.
Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake.
Oh, shit.
Peking must be in an uproar right about now. I'm afraid so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too.
Hold on, they took out a whole
Speaking of
section.
which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday. Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity.
Okay, this is Revolver
They have
Ocelot.
no idea that I've been triple-crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam. Of course, I am always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director.
So I could swear there's a cutscene we didn't get, unless I just don't remember right now, of Sokolov dying, essentially. Because essentially, like, his family's actually just been dead the whole time. But anyway, playtime 10.5 hours, 17 saves, three. I only died 3 times. Humans killed 244. Okay, man. So 10.5 hours. Okay, what I get? Single action army, sweet. The Patriot, camera, green face paint, brown face paint, tuxedo, banana camo, DPM camo, OS cam, desert camo, desert tiger camo, Flectarn camo, national flag face paints, mummy camo, grenade camo, unlock reward. Let's see, obtain clear 18 camo. Yeah, okay. Demo theater. Okay, secret theater. Guy Savage Delta. Who the fuck is that? Character viewer? Yes, save. I don't know who this Guy Savage Delta is, but okay. Let's see. Okay, so they have a new game plus. Okay. All right, I think the original had that. What was this? Start the Guy Savage Delta. I'm not doing that shit. What's the demo theater? What's in the demo theater? Oh, cutscenes, I guess. Yeah, like there should be a part where Sokolov dies, right? Or did we not get it? Because there's Sokolov. Oh, I probably didn't get it here. Okay, because I know for a fact it's a cutscene somewhere where Sokolov dies. I know that for a fact. Okay, so these are all the main cutscenes. Okay. All right, that's pretty neat. And I guess possible alternate endings. Oh yeah, Russian roulette. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty neat way to view the cutscenes. All right. Open pause menu, exit demo theater. Okay, what about the secret theater? Secret movie A1, Delta 1, I mean. Okay. The Joy. Oh yeah, she was the Joy. That's right. She's called the Joy. Okay, I guess those are like spoof films or something like that. Camouflage collection. We got 79% of the camos. Okay. Rainbow face item. All right, food. Okay, all the extra stuff. Okay. All right, so this is going to be kind of not a quick one, I don't think, but we're going to get it out of the way regardless. Input H. There, let me go back to my desktop. I'm taking these fucking headphones off. They're hurting my ears. Okay, holy shit. A whole 4 hours later almost. Okay, we're probably going to make this one quick because I'm tired. Oh, let's see your notepad. Yeah, those are all those. No, where is my endpoint review system? I know it's somewhere. Where are you at? Seriously, let's see. That's something else, but that can stay right there. 10 point reviews. There we go. There it is. All right, that's what we wanted. Okay, we're gonna make this quick and simple. 0, 0. That took 10.5 hours, which, you know, we missed a few cutscenes, which honestly is more of a blessing than anything. Okay, graphics overall, obviously it's a remake, so fucking it's gonna look the best possible. You know, I mean, there's some arguments online between, now we're getting into like, I don't know how to really describe it, but there are arguments brewing online about maybe things don't need to look as good as they're trying to look because it kind of, I don't know. But either way, it does. It looks good. It looks great in some parts. The lighting's good. I mean, it's not really used that much of a tool like I think it is, but not as much as I would have liked it. But anyway, graphically, it looks good. Sound is great. Music is fucking fantastic. Bugs, crashes, or annoyances. Once off stream, the sound just stopped playing, but they've since patched that, so that can't really be a complaint of mine. Anything else? No, I mean, it's still clunky, you know. They didn't change how it controlled, which, you know, is fine. I think that's kind of the setting I went with, but you know, it is what it is, right? So can't really do too much about that. I mean, either way it ran, never crashed, you know, it still did its thing, so we're just going to leave it right there to 1. We're going to come back to the story. Effectiveness and engagement of gameplay is fun to an extent. Obviously it's dated now, right? It's super dated. And it's still like fun to be like this super secret spy, you feel like it, but some of the mechanics are definitely dated, like the escort mission, the on-rail shooting with the motorcycle. The boss fights were cool. The boss fights were the best part of the game. But there's really not a lot in between those boss fights, which is kind of weird to say, but like I feel like there should have been more sneaking and infiltrating, or, you know, something. I don't know. There's not enough game. There's more cutscenes than there are game than there is game, right? I think that's his biggest problem, is that there's more cutscene than there is game. At least it feels like that. Because I mean, yeah, I think I'm actually going to give the gameplay a 0. The effectiveness of it and engagement of it, because if you did it more, cool, but like you're watching cutscenes more often than not. I think that's really my biggest issue with it. If there was more gameplay of it, I'd be happy with it, but there's really just not enough gameplay. That's it. that's really it. Yeah. That's I might come back to this to change my mind. There is New Game Plus, so because of that, it automatically gets a 1. That's just kind of how the system works. But so for those of you who don't know how I do number 7, replayability and post game, there are 2 golden standards. One is New Game Plus, which this has, and 2, post game. Think about the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, Fallout, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet. Essentially, you can beat the game or get right to the end. Another Crab's Treasure. You get right to the end, and you can either, defeat the main boss of the story, or like the game will be like, hey, here's your last save before you hit the end. That way you can go and do extra stuff. That's your post game games, right? That's where you have extra stuff to do. Yeah, I mean, because it has New Game Plus, it's an automatic 1. Automatic. That's just kind of, I can't provide a reasoning for it because I'm tired, but I'm sure at some point I was probably cooking and probably came up with a good reason. I just know that's how it applies. Length, too much or too little? We've had very few of these where we're going to run into this conundrum where there's too much of it, but not enough at the same time. There's too much, like, it's 10 and a half hours. Let's round it up to 11. Fuck it. Let's just say it's an 11-hour game. There's too many cutscenes for you to really enjoy. Because it's long because of the cutscenes. I timed that last cutscene. It was 45. Well, not the last cutscene. From the end of the boss fight to like the actual end was like 35 to 40 minutes. So like, that's half an hour right there of just cutscene. So how much of that is littered throughout the game? I don't know. It's like too much and too little at the same time. There was another game that did that. I can't remember what it was. If somebody wants to go back through my catalog and find out where I said that about another specific game, please tell me. I need to keep a running tally of them. But yeah, so it's just not. It's just too much cutscene, not enough game. It's too long cutscene wise, too short gameplay wise. Because I feel like if there weren't so many cutscenes, it would fall apart. Even back then too. Which, back then, cutscenes were treated way differently than what they are nowadays. Nowadays, cutscenes are more or less to progress the story forward. That's all they're for. Whereas back in the day, a cutscene was a reward. It was either a reward for completing a level or just a way to introduce you to the level you're about to play in. That's what cutscenes used to be. Here, it kind of does both, where you have an intro cutscene and outro cutscene. You have many cutscenes in between. It's just not, or at least, between, you get an intro cutscene for an objective and an outro cutscene for an objective. Like, that's a little too much. Now, for storytelling purposes, great, cool, awesome. I'm glad that Hideo Kojima is a great storyteller to an extent. Let me go ahead and put that right there. To an extent, he's a great storyteller. But there's just too many cutscenes for you to really sit back and enjoy the game. There's just too many. There are simply too many. That's it. Environments. So you start off in the jungle, which the jungle is going to feel like the jungle. You have a few places that have outposts in the jungle. You have like a deserty mountain area, but it turns into a snow top really quickly. You have, I keep wanting to say Stalingrad, but that's not the place. Like, the place where it's Shago housed that. You got that place. shit, actually, hold on. I'm having a hard time remembering right now because I'm just tired. Metal Gear Solid 3 environment. I misspelled all of that. I misspelled every word in that sentence. Let's see here. Okay, that is not what I want. Metal Gear Solid 3 levels. Okay, Metal Gear Solid 3 walkthrough. Let's look really quick. I don't need a. Let's see your list of locations. Here we go. We have Dramuchi, bushy forest located at the edge of the gigantic cliff, a swamp. Okay. This is Dramuchi. Yeah, that's the first area. The road bridge area. That's not really an area. That's all fucking jungle. Okay, abandoned factory in Rasvet. Let me take a look at that. Okay, so yeah, that's where we first met Sokolov. Shiorish, whatever. The swamp. So you got a lot of areas. Actually, you know, the problem here, it's not really a problem, it's just an unfortunate reality of the game, is that a lot of these you don't, Groznygrad, okay. A lot of these you just only visit once. That's the unfortunate part. You know, especially in the first half of the game. You kind of power through, not even power through it, just you go through all these earlier areas and then you never, you know, visit them again. It's really unfortunate, I will say. It's entirely unfortunate. That's really it. But it does have a good I mean, it does feel like you're progressing through area after area. I just kind of wish there was more of it. Again, PS2 limitations back in the day, which I can't fault the game for that. I will praise them though, because they did cram a lot in here, even though there are loading screens in between all the areas. Like you got forest, you got a swamp, you got a cave system, you got abandoned factory, you got a mountaintop. Another forest. I'm not going to count that. Mountaintop. The rocky terrain, which is part of the mountaintop. Military fortress. Yeah, I think it gets a 1 on the sheer amount of them, and I think they're different enough where they don't feel so similar. Well, because what was it? It was Deus Ex Human Revolution, where you're just going between office space after office space after office space. Oh, actually, you know, I need to add this as a scene. Hold up. That way, let's see here. What is this considered? What is this? Review note. Oh, it's a window. Okay. Can I just copy this? No, I can't. Okay. Window to the wall. The sweat run down my ball. All the females crawl. Yeah, I'm just fixing it for TikTok. I might not even like keep doing TikTok, but we'll see. Cause like this vertical thing, it kind of blows, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of ass. It's kind of ass, not gonna lie. Okay. Story. The story's great. I just kind of wish there was like, this is gonna sound like hypocritical, but like, not less story, but less cutscenes. Like, Jesus Christ. And like, it's the chronological first entry of the series, and I can praise the writing for trying to establish who the Patriots are, who the philosophers are, what Foxhound is, who Big Boss is. You know, that's kind of the cool part. Like, you get to play as Big Boss, who eventually becomes an enemy. Like, that's the neat part. but it's, I mean, what is the story? What is the story? Starting out, you're going to go rescue Sokolov. That goes downhill. Then your next objective is essentially to rescue Sokolov and kill the boss. Yeah, I mean, that's the most basic I can think of. I still think it's good. Okay, so the entire package, can I recommend it to somebody who's never played Metal Gear Solid 3 or Metal Gear Solid Delta? Here's the good and bad of it. Start off with the bad. The bad part is that you can download a PlayStation 2 emulator and play the game. Like, it's for fucking free. Or you can probably get it on a Humble Bundle. Or something, God knows what. You can probably get the original game for cheap somehow, some way. Right. So if you've never played it, you have plenty of cheap options to do so. But if you want something that looks really, really pretty, then you can do the newer one. If you've already played MGS3 like I have, it's the same exact game. It functions a little differently, but nothing crazy, because you can choose control schemes or whatever. But you're paying $70 for a graphics upgrade. That's all you're paying for. Because you can hear it. Because, like, I would have done the same thing too. I would have kept all the voice actors, and they did. At least as far as I can tell. So you keep them. Yeah, that's really it. So, but here's the really good thing though. If you've never played a Metal Gear game in your life, you can safely play this one and not spoil any of the other titles. You can play this one, then go play all the other ones in chronological order. You can play this one and then go play all these in timeline order or release order. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is a solid standalone game, because I think it's because it's the first. It's not the first. It takes place first on the timeline. I think that's its benefit, is that it's the first in the timeline. So I think it's easy to recommend it to people who've never played it. To an extent, the controls are a little jank, but you know, I got reused to them pretty quick. Oh my god. So, with all that being said, I'm gonna give the entire package a 1. So, everything combined, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10. For those of you who do not know my rating system, an 8 is pretty goddamn good. 7 is pretty good. 6 is still pretty good. 5 is kind of where you get into the meh area. But 8 out of 10, even 7 out of 10, like my 7 out of 10. How can I compare this? My 5 out of 10 is like a GameSpot or Game Informer 7 or 8 out of 10. That's what I've come to find out, in my opinions. Because I think it's because, like, I don't like give him an arbitrary number. I look at these 10 things and I say, hey, how do all these things work together? Because we've had games where we've had actually Conscript was one where it did damn near everything right, but I couldn't give the entire package a 1 simply because it was too niche of a title. But that's just how my rating system works. But that's gonna be it for today. I am